Hey nerds, Gleemax here, and today we're looking at a sneaky mechanic, Morph, and its related mechanic, Megamorph. Before we begin, please leave a like if you liked the video and a comment with what keyword I should look at next. Also, remember to subscribe for future videos. With that out of the way, let's find out. How does Morph work? Morph originated from Wizards of the Coast trying to figure out how to make the cards Illusionary Mask and Camouflage work. Both these cards deal with flipping creatures face down. When they decided to define what a face down card was, more on that later, they had the idea to make a mechanic out of flipping cards face up. That mechanic was Morph. Morph first appeared in the Onslaught block. In fact, the weird clay spider set symbol for the block represents creatures face down. The mechanic was revisited in Time Spiral block as well as Khans of Tarkir. Khans use the swirly energy look instead of the clay spiders, and I think they look much cooler. To play a card with Morph, we pay 3 generic mana and place the card face down on the battlefield. Like this, the Morph is a creature with the following attributes. It has no name. They are referred to as morphs, but for effects like Bioblight, it has no name. Morphs also do not have a creature type, they are colorless, and they have no mana cost. It is a generic 2/2 for 3 mana. However, you can pay the morph cost, which is listed on the front of the card, to flip it over. You can flip it over at any time by paying this cost. This is treated as a special action. By a special action, I mean flipping the card to its front side does not use the stack. Like playing a land, your opponent cannot respond to it. This is done to prevent your opponent from killing the morph before it flips over. Some creatures like Echo Tracer have abilities that trigger when they're turned face up. These triggered abilities use the stack, of course, and can be responded to. However, the creature is already turned face up at this point. So while the opponent can shock Echo Tracer, the ability will still happen. Megamorph is an offshoot of Morph first seen in Dragons of Tarkir. The ability is much bemoaned due to its name, as Megamorph does sound silly. Megamorph functions very similarly to Morph, as you can play the creature face down for 3 mana, while face down has no name, type, color, or mana cost, and is a 2/2. For the Megamorph cost, you can turn your Power Ranger face up, giving it a +1/+1 counter in the process, and usually triggering an effect. The +1/+1 counter is pretty much the only difference between Morph and Megamorph. For the uses of Morph, there is an abundance of choice. Each color uses Morph to varying degrees. Blue, green, and black make the most use out of the Morph mechanic, playing into the sneaky aspects of these colors. As you can attack and block with Morphs, your opponents always face a difficult choice. They can block a 2/2 and potentially lose their creature when you flip it face up, or they can let it through and get hit for far more damage than they were anticipating. Having multiple morphs out lets you hold back mana and respond as you see fit. Waiting for the best time to bounce a creature with an Ice Feather Aven, redirect a spell with Willbender, smash in for big damage with Croson Colossus, or simply wipe the board with an effect like Bane of the Living. For Commander, Kadena Slinking Sorcerer is the best general for a Morph-based deck. She makes the first face-down creature you cast free and draws you a card whenever you play a face-down creature. As a C19 Precon Commander, I highly recommend picking up the pre-constructed deck and upgrading it from there. I really like the Morph mechanic. It's really nice to play a slower, more reactionary playstyle with a sorta Yu-Gi-Oh-esque trap card feeling. You also get multiple sets worth of creatures, enchantments, and even a land with Morph, so your opponents will never truly know what's going to hit them. Alright nerds, that's it for today. What did you think of Morph? Do you run any commander decks where it's featured? Let me know about it down in the comments. As always, remember to like, comment, and subscribe for future videos. Thanks nerds.